Well, we're big pie slingers, we got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we go.
That sounds like us.
We make our pies fresh and we make our pies hot. Secret, yeah, it's our dough. We serve all kinds of folks and tell all kinds of jokes, but the joke we never knew is no matter the pizza, we just can't seem to be the cover of the PMQ. PMQ.
All right, guys. I just played that to get Instagram caught up. So I think this time we're live everywhere. Hopefully I can see everybody's questions that we have for the one, the only Mr. Wilhelm Rodriguez. I think they call him Big Papa on the island. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Lovely song, Brian. I love that song. That intro was amazing.
Well, next time we'll do the next verse. There's more of these guys in there. It's fun. So again, thanks everybody for showing up. We are going to be doing the Pizza Power Form preview. We have this coming up September 4th and 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. Mr. Wilhelm Rodriguez is going to be one of the speakers there, one of the many speakers that we're going to have. He's going to be talking about perfecting his dough. So what this is, I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is more as a conference. It's not a trade show. There has been some confusion in the past, but I want to let people know that this is not going to be that big, crowded hall, loud noise of a trade show. It's going to be the more one-on-one intimate setting of a conference. Like I keep saying, if you catch these guys at the water cooler, you can trap them and get your own seminar. I was going to say I wasn't going to help many people, but I'll help Wilhelm because I like him. He's my brother. But
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
So we're definitely we're going to jump in here. We're not going to take too long. I do have some questions that I want to ask you. I got the chance to interview you the other day for the August issue, Tips from the Team, kind of about what I've been wanting to do recently, which is micro blistering. So this is just kind of one of the things that we're going to be talking about, because I know I'm going to let you tell people what you're going to be speaking about at the show. And if people have questions, we're going to take the first three. If not, I've got three that I'm going to make you answer for the folks, and then I'll let you go. And I did want to let everybody know that Mr. Wilhelm, he's coming here through rain or shine, because this was just a minute ago.
Hey, Brian, there's a big storm happening right now in Puerto Rico, in my area. Maybe I am not going to have very good signal.
Yeah, but he made it.
It was a little hurricane in Puerto Rico right now, in my area.
I love the way you say that too, hurricane. That was great. I'm glad you said it. All right, Wilhelm. So why don't you introduce yourself, what you do over there on the island, and then tell everybody what you're going to be talking about at the show, and then we'll get some questions.
My name is Wilhelm Rodriguez. I've been making pizza here in Puerto Rico, in Cabo Rojo area, for almost 31 years. And I'm going to be in Atlanta talking a lot about how you're going to get your dough perfect. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be teaching a lot of tips. So you can't miss that, because when we're going to be talking about a lot of things of the past that mostly right in these days, we don't want to lose those steps that we have in the past. So we're going to be talking about how you perfect your dough. That's what we're going to be doing in Atlanta.
Well, I love that, like you said, perfecting the dough. And I think I like more that you're like trying to keep the old habits alive, not old habits, but techniques. And I mean, but you're not afraid to incorporate new stuff. So that's awesome. All right. So if anybody when you say you're talking about perfecting your dough, you have a couple of areas that you mentioned. Would you mind like just kind of say like was it dough management, or you told me the other day you were going to be talking about dough management?
Yeah, we're going to be talking everything in dough making.
Okay.
A lot of tips.
He's very mysterious. I tried to interview him the other day, and it was like, oh no, you got to tell me more. But he's keeping it for Atlanta.
It's the surprise. The surprise is for Atlanta, Brian.
I love it. It's like I work here. He's like, I don't care who you are. So, all right. With that being said, since you've already given me the other interview, I'm going to ask a few questions, regarding that stuff. And that was actually, it was micro blistering. So, it was something I'm trying to get. I don't want to say good at, but it's my next thing that I want to get on. And you gave me a few tips on that. So, what is micro blistering? Just really quick. What is the
Microblisters
definition of that?
just when your dog trap the CO2, the gas very well. It's just air trapped in your dog.
All right, so it's just gas. It's basically
Gas.
just gas. That's my favorite part. It's just gas. All right, so if anybody who's not familiar, this is micro blistering. So, um, this was at a competition. I was able to snap one really quick, but Wilhelm had some better. Here, let me go show you real quick. There we go. So it's almost micro blistering is almost like bubbles upon bubbles, and this is what they're
Yes.
looking for in there is that cornicione. So, um, you get a lot of little bubbles. It's almost like a fried texture. It looks like just from a visual standpoint. Does this add a lot of texture and flavor?
Yeah, a lot because all the flavor of fermentation concentrates in the gas. So what happens when you trap all that gas in those bubbles? When they pop up in your mouth, you're gonna feel all the flavor instantly. It's amazing. It's amazing,
That,
Brian.
oh, okay. So basically, it's keeping all the gas in there, which is causing that fermentation and not letting any of it escape. So all the flavor has nowhere to go, except
Yes,
your except your mouth.
it's
Oh
like
man, this is
popcorn.
such a fun interview. Like popcorn. I love it. There you go.
Yeah.
And it does it. I mean, why does anybody want micro blistering? Why do you want it? I mean, we've talked about flavor and stuff like that, but what are the main benefits of it?
Oh, we have a lot of benefits. And one of those benefits is your dough, your pizza is gonna look very different to the other pizza guys. It's gonna look totally different when you're working in this process.
And I agree that I 100% wanted to talk to you about it because I started noticing more and more on your dough,
Yeah,
and then I started seeing it out there too. But I want to say
when
yours is the
you
first
cross
first
like
one I
that,
took notice.
when you cross like that, it's gonna gain your attention for real, instantly.
All right, all right. Well, I'm going to ask one more real quick on the subject of micro blistering, and then we'll let you go deal with hurricanes. But how do you get it? I mean, we know it comes from CO2 gas and I mean fermentation. Is there a specific procedure, ingredients? What's the best way to get some good micro blistering on your
There's a,
pizzas?
there are a few tricks to get those blisters, and also there are three ways to make those blisters on your crust. So one of them that I'm gonna give you now, this tip is brushing a little bit of olive oil in your crust before you bake your pizza. That's gonna help you a lot to have those blisters. But you need the right time, the right temperature in the oven, and the right time your dough resting of moderation. That's it. It's a combination.
Of the, I do want to say that one thing you did tell me about. I asked like, what's the one thing you have to correct in all your students, or the one thing you see the biggest mistake, and you said it was patience. It's the
Yes,
time.
time.
Because I'm not going to tell you how long for the micro blisters. You guys are going to have to read the August issue of PMQ Pizza Magazine, or come to Atlanta and ask them yourself. But
Yes.
it's going to
Right.
require patience.
I
So,
give one of those tips today, and it's brush a little bit of olive oil in the crust before baking, and you're gonna start seeing those bowls. Believe me, you're gonna start seeing.
all right, awesome. Um, okay, so Paul, I'm going to put this up here. Thank you for chiming in, Paul. I guess he had a similar question. What is the most simple way for a home cook to work toward getting micro blisters? Um, I think that the olive oil on the crust is
My
the key.
friend Paul, my friend Paul, Paul, it's just time. You just need to wait the right moment. I think it's 48 hours, 56 hours. I think it's the best moment to cook your pizza if you want to have those blisters. So brush a little bit of olive oil before baking, and that's gonna give you a little push of those blisters. That's gonna help you a lot. The brush of little bit of oil of olive oil.
I like that. That's something I've been doing for a while, and I was just wondering, if am I cheating? Is it? I mean, I do a lot for the video because I want it to look its best, but I really like the crunch it adds, and I've actually noticed that I have been getting micro blisters just naturally. I mean, before I started, asking the questions, and I think that's kind of really why I wanted to get more information personally is that I started seeing it in my dough, and I don't know if it's just because I'd have dough left over and I started using it later. You know, instead of like at the 2 or 3 day mark for filming, I'd have it at 4 or 5, and I'm like, hey, I just want to make a pizza. And then
Brian, it's important too. It's very important the way that you work with your dough, the way that you push that air from the middle of the dough to the edges. It's very important too for have those blisters. It's a combination, Brian.
Okay.
It's a
Yep. That was the one thing, and I'm not even sure. I think I put it in the article, but it's you don't want to push the air out. You want to trap it inside.
yes.
So it's all. The video is fun. There's a video to it as well. So you know, I do paraphrase a little bit in the article. If I suggest everybody watch the actual video and let Wilhelm speak in his own words because it's fantastic. But it's one of those things where I'm saying, you know, my man hand, my crab hands, you know, just pounding all the air out. You got to be gentler, basically. Treat it with love and respect, is what you said. So.
That's the word. Gentle and respect the cornicione. Always.
Respect the cornicione. I love it.
Yeah, always.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for a successful live update. We got it going everywhere now. I think we worked out most of the bugs. Thank you, Paul, for chiming in and asking that question. And, you know, thanks to your family for letting you come and do this. I know you probably got to pick up a tree or two out of the backyard, but, you know, we're looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta and any other things. Actually, let's just talk real quick. Everybody can kind of find you down in Miami quite often, can't they?
Yes.
Okay, so you are a master instructor at the Accademia Pizzioli.
Yeah,
right?
US, yes.
All right, and you're managing the American styles and Neapolitan contemporary.
American style, Neapolitan, contemporánea, and traditional.
Okay, all right. Very good, man. So if anybody, he's like kind of running the gamut, everybody. So if you want to find out more of what he knows past even Atlanta, you know, go check him out in Miami. He'll show you a good time in Miami, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. But hopefully we'll see you September 4th and 5th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Pizza Power Forum. We'll see you guys there.